Okay. What happened first was, this is our bedroom right here, the end of the house. And I was asleep. There is a safety light down there, and I saw a shadow in that big bedroom window, that big window right there. Our bed is right there. So I got up and I asked my wife if there was someone, you know, if everybody's in the house, and everybody was, you know, just the kids and her. And so I come outside, and our large German Shepherd, which has really not left the house since the incident happened Wednesday night, was pacing. He was very nervous. So I just put it off as my imagination, you know, going almost to sleep. And then about 30 minutes later, my wife had come to bed, and she had said she had saw a shadow through the kitchen window, this window right here by the plastic bag. And we set a lantern there. We were charging my Coleman lantern, and it had a bright red light. Once the incident occurred, she saw that bright red light was there. She thinks maybe that it was attracted to it. But anyhow, we had come to bed. She had noticed the shadows, and then Trigger started barking. And Trigger don't bark unless, you know, there's something wrong. So I come around here at this house, the end of the house right here, and Trigger, he was sitting here looking this way. So I'm coming around, I get about right here, I'm telling Trigger I'm here, you know, 'cause I didn't want him to bite me. He was hair up, tail tucked, ears back. He was scared but ready to go. And as I got right here, I had my pistol, which was a .22, and I thought it was a bear. We've had a black bear show up, and I was ready to just fire in the air and scare it. And I popped my light on because I heard something walking, and I saw from what I could tell, he was about as tall as these pillars right here. So, and I shined the light up at him, and his hand come up to block the light. These two fingers looked further from the middle finger, like they were over this way. Yeah, kind of like, I can't hardly do it, but you know. And he held his hands up, and then when I guess his eyes got used, he dropped, and he was looking at me. His eyes were the color of a yellow Post-it note. His face, he had a large brow, and his teeth were large, square, and the top two that I could see here were sharp and longer than the others. He made 2 steps, hit those 2 large pieces of wood right there, so he's very close to me. And this time I already had my pistol up, flashlight underneath in defensive pose, and I couldn't hardly get the safety off. When I got the safety off, I was aiming between his eyes, which I knew he was that high. I should have been aiming at his chin if I wanted to hit him. I saw the hair on top of his head part. It moved. The interesting thing that I noticed was the big brow disappeared. His eyes got big. I actually saw white at that point. And he stepped back, and then he come at me again. My wife heard the first shot, and then she said there were several seconds. And when he come towards me, I lowered down and I put 3 rounds right here. Heard distinct thuds. His right arm come up, he kind of went down, and he looked at me. He stepped back, and then that's when he started running, and just instinct, I emptied the remaining 6 rounds out of the magazine. The first round out of that 6 hit back there in the rocks because I saw sparks. And then I saw sparks again to our right as he's running up to that hill. The rest of the rounds I can't account for. I don't know if I hit him. We did not find any blood. So my wife, she's coming around at this point, talking to me.
Scared out of his mind.
And I followed. I'm actually wearing, not these shoes, but I was wearing rubber like Crocs, Walmart version. So I cut through there. I just dropped my magazine, loaded in the other one, went out, and I was shaking. I couldn't, my heart was in my chest, or in my head. As I was calming down, Sarah was like, "This is Trigger."
We gotta shake. Shake. Hi. Hi.
He's our guard dog.
Gotta shake ya.
Well, she's filming. She's filming.
I know.
And she,
Hi. Hi.
She come out, she
There we
said,
go.
can you hear that? And the way I could describe the sound that I was hearing was a deep, and then a little bit of a, what do you call it, higher pitch?
Yeah.
You know,
like two different tones.
Two different tones.
No bug tones. All the bugs were quiet.
Quiet.
No crickets, no frogs, no nothing.
Of course, you know, 10 rounds of that pistol going off kind of quieted everything. The only bugs that were out that we could tell were lightning bugs. But he ran right up that clear area, straight through there. Now we only own that corner, and that land is private, so you know we probably won't be able to take the ATV.
Oh yeah.
But we'll be able to go up in there and look. But we did not pursue because we heard another one coming up this way. We heard the two talking, or you know whatever it is, and it was coming. The other one was coming this way. Kind of had a quick walk, and we stayed down, and we haven't been able to really sleep good since then. Kids have been okay, but the dog, he stayed near us. When he goes outside, he does his business, comes right back in. I've got 2 hound dogs up front, and they stay outside. They're too messy to have in the house. But when there's been several nights before Wednesday night that, I mean, no bugs, the hound dogs were quiet, tucked tail, weren't acting right. You couldn't even, you know, we have a very large amount of whippoorwills out here, and we have 2 that sing back and forth on our property. A lot of times they're in this tree, and they were silent. They were silent several nights in a row. We've had our shed broken into, nothing taken, just kind of rummaged around.
Yeah.
I have seen a bear, so I put that off as the bear. Probably still is the bear. But that incident was my close encounter, and I'm actually trying to forget it. It scared me. I mean, I couldn't hardly talk. I didn't have my cousin. I didn't have my cousin Bert's new phone number, so I couldn't get a hold of him.
Yeah.
I contacted him on Facebook as quick as I could, and I couldn't talk. I mean, I literally was just, I was trying to load, because Sarah's like, if you wounded him, you got to go out there and get him. And I was trying to load my magazine up to go back out. I couldn't even put bullets in my shotgun. I couldn't put anything in the little pistol. And my wife come out with me. She brought a machete. And we was just kind of, you know, we felt very undergunned. I faced big men in my life. I mean, I played football collegiately.
Yeah.
I have faced men 6'5" and 280 to 320 pounds that were well in condition. And it was bigger than they were. It was bigger. And there's been times, or we have a 3-year-old who's with grandma today, who has said, you know, he'll come out and play, or we'll be doing yard work, he'll come running to us. And before we put the fence up, he has said there's been a man at his window. And
Big hairy man. was
big
his
hairy
name.
man's is his
Big hairy
word.
man.
Big hairy man.
Multiple times.
And but you know, you tell we got a gravel driveway. It's real bad terrain for tracks for that kind of looking. We did find one print that was it was longer than my pistol, which has a 7.5-inch barrel, and then, you know, it's probably about 10 inches long altogether, maybe, but it was quite a bit longer than that. And but we went out the next morning. We found no blood. We did barely find where something had went through there, but we got so many deer that come through here, it was hard to tell. Just, you know, but there was the primitive area, which is right over here to the west of us here. We don't know a time or date of when it happened, but we've been told of a lady that was hiking, and it was right around dusk, and one followed her completely to her car. And so this is kind of the area around here. I always thought it was kind of overpopulated, but if you look at a satellite map, the next house from us is miles in that direction.
Yeah, that's basically that.
Sparrowhawk Village
Basically goes above.
Mhm.
And then all that over there is just nothing but wildlife game preserve.
Right.
And that's where we've been doing a lot of research at.
Okay.
So, I mean, you got the Bigfoot in the area. this just kind of confirms to us that they go across that river and come over this way. So.
Well, I know the elk did.
Yeah.
Because I know they put elk at, what do they call it, the Nichols Ranch or something
Yeah.
like that down Pumpkin Hollow Road. And we've had, Christmas Eve, I had 6 elk here. 6, you know, they're very large animals.
Yeah.
And so, I know things can cross that river, especially low river like right now. The river's low, so they could wade across it easy because I can. If he's as tall as this, he could wade that really easy. But what got me was his arm length.
Yeah.
Pretty long.
Yeah.
I mean, he's that far away, and I felt that he could actually grab my pistol because he was actually reaching for me, and I felt that he was past this because I'm still behind it, and I was scared. I mean, I always wanted to see one. My cousin Bert got me interested in this, the Sasquatch phenomenon.
Yeah.
And made me a kind of an honorary member. We've had, because my first incident happened down at Sequoia Club down by Merle Home.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I was duck hunting, putting out my duck decoys. My son was with me, he's 17, and we were just putting decoys out in the rock landing. And I said, did you, while I was in the water, I said, did you throw that? Because he was up gathering decoys. He said, no, I didn't throw anything. So he was out with me, we're putting out decoys. I put the last one out, and we're just sitting there waiting, and another one comes in while we're standing there together from the other side of the river. And then Lee Sullivan, Shane Stanley, David Disman, and I, we were down at the same part of the river about 2 months after that particular incident, and we had a rock thrown at us then from the same area. So, very large rocks. I mean, we're talking, at least 2 pounds.
Let me go grab one.
Oh, we've had rocks thrown into this yard as well.
From behind the house.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you come to here, you can actually see one of the rocks that actually is still up there.
Okay.
There's one rock right there. That's a small one.
Yeah.
And I don't see any more. I don't think we've had any children up on top of the house. But that rock was thrown into the yard because she has gone through and removed all the rocks because she uses, we try to be as green as we can, and she uses a lawnmower without
Just rolled off the top of the house.
Okay.
I'm not sure where it came from.
If y'all would do us a favor, next time you have something like that, land,
glove up.
Yeah, glove up, and be real careful with it.
That's the first time I picked it up.
Yeah, put it in a baggie.
Okay.
And we'll come up and we'll actually dust it for prints. So
we'll do it.
Okay.
And just so you know, I've had 18 different encounters with them.
Really?
Actually seeing them, so you ain't got a greenhorn out here.
Okay. Well, my cousin Bert, they went down to southern Oklahoma and he found some hair that they've yet to identify. I don't know if you've got to see it or not. And I wish we still had the picture. My wife and I, we were going gathering. I make traditional bows, and we went gathering reeds for arrows, and down on the river, because we just moved here in November, and then in November.
This house, we've been in Tahlequah forever.
Yeah, but we were at the down there. I was in between town and Merle Home Road. There was a spot of poor land there that my wife and I actually got a picture of woven reeds where you can go, where you can lay down inside. And I don't
know what happened to the pictures, but we did have one.
We did have several pictures, and one where she was standing beside it.
I know, it was that phone that you had that you went into the river.
Oh!
With the phone still in your pocket?
Yeah, I was going to preserve them on Facebook, but I didn't get to. But the opening, she could clearly walk in it. It was that big. I mean, she's short, but still, that's pretty good size.
5'2".
Well, I'll tell you what, since you got such a good look at it, I've got a sketchbook that we have that's got different kinds of...
I got the picture on my phone of a artist. I looked it up on the internet. And that's, I probably painted the evidence here, but this was a criminal artist that the guy was talking to him. The only thing is its eyes are closed.
Let me go ahead and get my sketchbook out here.
Okay. I'm burning up.
Do we want to go in where it's cooler?
Yeah, let me get this. And we'll just...
Can I pause it for a minute?
Yeah. Where's my gallery? There it is. This is the, what he looked like. To me, his eyes were closer together.
Yeah.
The best way I could put it, the way he moved his mouth,
Yeah.
was a mixture of what the pictures that man have seen of a Neanderthal,
Yeah.
and the way a Down syndrome person, a person with Downs, looks. I mean, I've been in the medical field all my life, and I mean that's just exactly what it looked like. And I don't think you could see. There's my pistol.
Yeah.
And here's the print. It's his right.